Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm sorry, I think I missed this live and I've just got a message from Candice saying with people waiting, what's happening? Because I did actually cancel it, but for some reason it's not cancelled it off of YouTube, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I am here now. I hope you're all well. I wanted to come on and just talk to you for 5 minutes and see how everybody was. I don't quite know what's going on with that other live, but why it's still there. Hi, Pineapple Princess. Nice to see you. How is everyone? What have you all been doing? So I can't cancel the other live for some reason. I think I need to go into my YouTube studio and actually cancel it properly. I thought I'd cancelled it earlier on, but it doesn't seem to have done it. So I wanted to come on and ask you how you all were. So I've just finished work and that was my last shift as full-time. So now I'm part-time as of next week. So it's so nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pineapple Princess. That's really nice. So I made a video last night and it was very controversial. If you've already watched it, you might know what I mean by that. And I wanted to know your take on it and what you think about it if you watched it, because it was a bit controversial. I kind of basically said at the beginning, you know, it's one of these where people are either going to consider it or they're not, and that's fine. Hi, Joel. Hi, Petunia. It's nice to see you all. Hi, Justice Jenny. So, I've got so many things that I need to finish. I've been making so many. I start things and I get halfway through them, and then something will happen, and we'll get an emergency at work, or you know, and I end up. Hi, Candice. I'm sorry. I did cancel that live, and I didn't realize it's not cancelled it off of YouTube, so that's why it's still there. But anyway, so I'm tired. I've finished work. It's 4 o'clock in the morning here, so I can't stay on long and I really need to get to bed. But I just wanted to pop on and just tell everybody that, you know, I'm still here. I'm okay. Hi, Emma. Yes, I thought it was very interesting and possible too. Thank you, Juju. I mean, it is controversial, and a lot of people are not open-minded enough to allow themselves to consider it as an option. But you know, that's fine. It is what it is. So earlier tonight, Benny was on live and he was bashing me, kept saying my name over and over again, and saying I'd cut ties with Doug and I don't wear glasses and to shut the F up. And I was just laughing. I thought, is he for real right now? Like, what? I can't take anybody seriously who's half dressed laid in bed. I just can't. But anyway, please remember to hit the like button. Yay. Thanks, Candice. So I was just like, oh, are you serious right now? Like, I just I just don't have the patience for any of that. I just don't have the patience for any of that. So you know this video that I made last night that's a bit controversial. Have you seen anyone else talking about it? Because I did have a quick look, because when you make something controversial like that, it's always interesting to know if anybody else has considered it, anyone else is thinking that way, or you know, if they've mentioned it, whether it be in a positive or negative light. But I couldn't see that anybody had mentioned it. I got a couple of shares, but that was it. So how are you all? Where are you all from? Where is everyone? Hi, Emmylou. Amalou, is that right? I'm Emmylou. You're Amalou. So I came in from work, walked past Bob. Oh, he was so cute. He had his head half in his shell, and the other half was kind of on its side against the against the sand. I was like, "What are you doing?" I thought he was half dead or something. I was like, "Are you okay, Bob?" I don't know. I'm looking for a day off. Looking forward to a day off tomorrow. Australia, wow. Australia, that's a long way. Yeah, Bob. Bob the tortoise. We have a tortoise called Bob. He does have his own channel now, guys. Yeah. Bob's Tortoise Diaries. Check out my community page. It's funny, people actually really enjoy watching him. They said that it's really therapeutic just watching him eating and um, just chilling out. They're quite. I don't know. So, what else has been going on YouTube over the last couple of days? Have you got any more interesting facts? I was just listening to Chris McDonough actually. I was just coming in from work and was in the car driving home. I thought, oh, I'll just listen to a bit of this. And he was just getting to the point where he was talking about Grandis. So my ears pricked up because obviously with me having the conversations with Grandis, I found that interesting. And then I realised that I was supposed to be here. Enchanted did mention it on his channel, I'd say about 8 months ago. Yeah, I saw that. And it is interesting because he always gets loads of information. He's quite good at researching. A good laugh at Bob. Oh, it was funny last week when he was chasing me around the kitchen. He's chasing my feet. He's got a foot fetish. Hi, Carol. I'm watching at the nurses. Nurses? Hi, Cooper. Brandon fell again. Oh. What else is going on? Virginia. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so tomorrow, well, it's 4 o'clock now, 4:15. I've got to sleep. Then I've got to get up, pick Penny up from school, bring her home, feed her, walk around like a zombie for a few hours, and then go to bed, I guess. I'm supposed to be seeing Bullis tomorrow. That's the boyfriend, if anybody doesn't know. I suppose I should plug my phone in before it goes off. Oh, the nursing post with hubby. Yeah, I think Bullis will be in bed now. He was on a shift yesterday. 4:15 a.m. or p.m. Oh, it's 4:17 a.m. here. So I finished work at 2:30, but we were late off work because the last patient decided to start fitting. So I ended up having to stop and sort her out. And so we were late to the hospital, late home. Had to put the ambulance away and everything and drive home. And my eyes were closing, and I was like, quick, put something on to listen to. So I was listening to Chris McDonough. He's really good. So I noticed that Chris had made it onto one of the news stations. Which one was it? Quite one of the big news stations. Or was it Court TV or something? Yeah, so he was doing really well with that. That'll get him some new viewers. And Doug made it onto the news with the Dylan Rounds case because he'd had that PI on. So, everybody's doing really well at the minute. And my friend Evil Exists channel, they made it to think it was 30,000 subscribers. So that was really good. I think it's best to do the opposite to people like Benny and congratulate them on things and tell them how well their channel's doing, or rather than bashing people, telling them to F off and that kind of thing. Did you throat punch someone? I can't remember doing so tonight. Yeah, check out Evil Exists. Their channel's pretty similar to mine, actually. They do the research and they make small, short videos that get to the point. So if you're looking for information fast and you don't want to have to watch like a live for an hour, 2 hours, just get the information. It's quite a good channel. Yeah, I was watching Doug's channel earlier and I was like, where is my wrench? Hello, my wrench is gone. Excuse me. Excuse me. He sent me a message. He was like, sorry. Yeah, that Juju, I saw that channel and I had to laugh, to be honest, because I was watching it. Well, it was about 3 or 4 days ago, and she was saying, look, I can't remember what she was showing us now. I think, oh, that was it. It was the camper van, and she was saying, look, we've cracked it. Look, it's the same it's the same camper or something. And I was looking at it and I'm thinking, well, it will be, won't it? Because it's in Candace's garden. And she's going, look, and she's going, we need to ring the TBI. Everybody contact the TBI. And I was looking at it and I'm thinking, what am I looking at? It's a camper van. I just couldn't get my head around what she was trying to get at. And then I thought, is it just me? Am I going a bit mad? So I was like watching, and everybody else was commenting saying, what are you on about? I thought, thank God it's not just me. It's not just me. No, I just can't get my head around it. But what I can't even get my head around it even more is, because I've tried to watch a few now, is the amount of people in the chat saying, oh, yes, I can see it too. And I think, what? See what? I don't know. I just don't get it. We need more coffee. That's maybe what it is. Maybe I need some Red Bull. Yeah, Cat Chats, Crime and Coffee is a good channel. That's my co-host that's on the channel a lot. She's got her own channel. So what else is going on this week? So I've got a documentary that's half made. I won't say what it's about because I'm that bitch mama bear. Hey. I'm that bitch mama bear. Isn't Ali called Mama Bear? I'm that bitch Mama Bear. Are you Ali? I'm not sure. Hello. Waving back. You can't see me, but I am waving back. I have tried to get that photo off the screen, guys, and I don't know why it won't go. I have tapped on a multitude of different photos to try and get it off the screen, but for some reason it's not going. Oh, look, it's gone now. Look, that's Bob. We'll have Bob on. Jeanette. Oh, hi, Jeanette. Yeah, I've got a documentary half made, but I won't say who that is because I've got a habit of saying things and then people jump on it and they cover it before me. So I've stopped saying now. So yeah, I've got a documentary half made. I think I was halfway through making a summer video. Some of the stuff that I've heard tonight from Chris about Grandis has pricked my imagination, so I might need to cover that. And now, as I'm going part-time as of tomorrow, although tomorrow I'm probably going to be half asleep, I have got more days off, so I am going to have more time to be able to sit around and make more content. Let me just plug my phone in before it dies. Oh. So we had a nice time on holiday. I haven't watched Christmas video yet. What do you think about Jodie Sue Brown involved or not? It depends on which theory we're looking at, I think. And in what respect she's involved. I don't know. Some of the stuff she says, I believe, and some of the stuff she says, I find it difficult to believe. Like, I don't believe the scream. Well, I don't think I believe the scream. But I think it's the drip-fed information that I find difficult. And I'm not really sure whether I believe she's involved or not, to be honest. I certainly think Andy is more involved than he is making out to be. I mean, if you think about it, what did Hunter say he saw on Candace's phone? A message between Candace and her dealer, Andy, and actually mentioned his name, saying that Candace had sent a message to him saying it's done. So they were obviously more friendly than she made out. In what respect? I don't know. Was he just a dealer? Was he just a neighbour? Was he both? Was there more involvement in that? Was he going round for things that he shouldn't have been doing with people he shouldn't have been doing it with? That's all just stuff that she does discredit herself. Now, I don't know why she does that. I really don't. I don't know if it's to insert herself. I'm not really sure. I can't work out her end game either, Jewel, to be honest. I've named her Drip Feed Brown. But I certainly think if Candace and Don were involved in this, all of them, of course they're going to say there was no scream. Of course they're going to say that, which would make Jodie saying it more truthful, possibly. If there was more to it, I don't know. I keep going back and forth with these theories. I do think that there's some involvement with the boys or the eldest boy, in some regard. I'm not saying that he did this, not at all. I'm saying that there was some involvement, whether he was just being mean to her, whether there was something he shouldn't have been doing to his sister, whether he was just involved in going and picking up stuff for Candace from Andy's, whether he's covering it up. If you see that video where they're on the news, Don and the son, and in the way he's got his arm round him, I think he didn't need to have his son with him that day. Not for that interview. And I think he took him along in order to, if he was feeling guilty about something, for instance, make him feel worse, if that makes sense. And you can see the look on the boy's face. His head's down. He's not making any eye contact with anyone. I mean, yeah, okay, children are shy. Some children are shy, and but still, he's looking down. He looks like he's got a heck of a lot on his mind. And I know, his sister's just gone missing, but at this point, they didn't know if she was going to come back. They've not been told that they've found her in a bad way. But his head was down. He wasn't making eye contact. He looked a cross between either guilty or really, what's the word? subdued, or I don't know, but I suppose you could read anything into that, but he did look very downcast, Candice. Yeah, I agree. His behavior just wasn't right. And it didn't make me feel comfortable at all. Didn't make me feel comfortable with that. And the whole fact that he was there, Don did not need to take him down there. And I think if, for instance, they were covering for one of the boys or all the boys or whatever, I think it would be a good way of kind of, you know what Don's like, wanting to be in charge and making everybody feel like crap, and just taking him to kind of put him in that situation on purpose, you know. Yeah, submission. That's right, yeah. I don't think that Ali is involved in this. I I think she knows more than she's letting on, but I don't think she's involved. I don't think she was there. I I do think Hunter was up there that day. Um, it's like Chris was saying earlier, he feels that Hunter was 80% truthful and 20% untruthful. What that 20% untruthful is and why he's been untruthful, I don't know, but maybe it's to do with not being back at that house. Because if you see that message, it does say, see if I can get it up. Let's see if I can get it up here. It does say that Hun, Sum, I, and Candace. Here we go. It says Hun, Sum, I, and Candace were planting flowers. Now, I spoke to Grandma for what, a whole week, and it might not sound like a long time, but it was, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was there earlier. I don't know. I mean, maybe he wasn't, but if you look at this message, she abbreviates summer. So she doesn't say Hun, Summer, I, and Candace. She says Hun, Sum, I, and Candace were planting flowers. Now, I spoke to her for a week. I spoke to her morning, noon, and night. And a lot of the time it was her asking me how I was. So it wasn't me constantly saying, morning, love, or evening, love, or, it was her reaching out to me a lot of the time. And not once in that whole week that I had conversation with her did she ever call me hun or honey. Not once. So I think the abbreviations there are Hun, Sum, Hunter, Summer, I, and Candace were planting flowers right before she went missing. And then the person below that she's messaging says, what kind of candy was it? Were you guys off the shits that day? Now, this must be an American thing, but I'm sure it means like drunk or taken something. Is that what it means? Because we say pissed. So we'll say, oh, I went out last night and I got pissed, meaning drunk or high. So I don't know, maybe you guys can give me the heads up on that. But this person's asking, were you guys off the shits that day? So I don't really know what that means, but I mean, I'm assuming it means drunk or, you know. And Candace's reply, although it's not come up on here, is a thumb. She puts a thumb up. So she's answering, yeah, we were. Like, yeah, thumbs up, yeah. We were off the shits that day. So what does that mean? Can you guys help me there? Like, what does that mean? Off the shits. Maybe you can help me. Yeah, exactly. He said he got dropped off. They said he got dropped off at 2:30. Ali said he got dropped off at 2:30. But she's abbreviating names. And I honestly think that they have probably made out since that this was, oh, honey, having fun. Oh, is that what it means? Maybe having fun? Maybe. But whatever it is, Candy Hara puts a thumbs up to it. Yeah, we were off the shits that day. So, hi, Karine. I I don't know because it sounds like an American terminology. It's not something we'd say. We'd say shits if we were talking about somebody having diarrhea. Oh, I had the shits yesterday. That's what we would say, as in like diarrhea, but it says off the shits. So maybe it's like a young person speak. Like I don't know, but it's certainly not an English terminology that we use here. But yeah, that has bothered me from the very beginning. As soon as I read that, I was like, Hunter, Summer, I, and Candace were planting flowers. No. Lol, my family is from England. Lots of slang. I know. It means out to the bar and got drunk. That's what I was thinking it meant. Like off the shits that day. Well, they can't have been off the shits that day, that night, because it does say day, doesn't it? So does that mean they were high? I heard people talking like that when referring to being high. Yeah, so it's either drunk or high, like one of the two. That's what I was thinking. Um, and Candy puts her thumb up to that. I do have the full thing, but it's not showing you Candy's thumb up underneath. So what? When Summer went missing, they were both off the shits. Interesting. Let's see. I think I've got another picture for you. So what do you think to this? It's just loading. So this is Don's email address. He's got a few actually. One's Jägermeister. One is DN Wells or something like that. And then they've got this one. You in ta God. You into God, right? Well, we know he apparently says he's into God, so you'd assume, yeah, okay, he's asking, you into God. That's an email address there, but why put 666? 666 is the devil. And so that just anti-God. That's what it means. But if Don is this apparent God-fearing Christian that goes to church and celebrates Sabbath every week by sending messages to everybody, and I've had one from him saying Happy Sabbath, why would you have an email address with 666 in it? Just doesn't make any sense. I do believe they lived their lives worrying every day about how they were going to get their oh yes, sorry. I see what you're doing there. I believe especially Don and Candace very important. Well, I mean, I think you're right because what's he called? The guy Dudley that was working for Don. He said that every day he brought like a big thing of milk to work, to drink, like a big thing of milk. Was it milk? Or was it something else that was kind of milky in colour and that they put in that bottle? Chester, stop it, please. Be a good pussycat. So I just think some of this stuff, this is why I made the video last night, the controversial one, because If you haven't watched it, please go across and watch it, even if it's just to tell me what you think about the theory, because just a few things that have bothered me, like his email address, which is just weird. You know, if you are, can you imagine Robin Lane? Okay. Can you imagine Robin Lane with an email address with 666 in it? Not at all. Like, not that I could imagine, or any of the other church going Christians having an email address with 666 in. So, what with all of his messages and Facebook posts talking about the devil, evil, God, Satan, and all this, literally every day he posted about one of those things, having an email address with 666, and then this being found on the in the light holler. I just had to make that video because I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's interesting to kind of consider all options. So I do need to make an apology because last night I posted a picture and it was this chap here, and these are the Freemasons of Kingsport. Now, to me, that looked like Andy Baltimore. Now, this was sent to me. I haven't ringed that and put Baltimore at the top. This was sent to me by another crime creator with a big channel. I'm not going to tell you who, because then that makes them look ridiculous, and I already look ridiculous enough. But apparently that's not him. So my friend Fizzle messaged me yesterday, and she was like, Emma, that's not Andy. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you for letting me know, because I was told it was, and it does look like him, but apparently it's not. So for anybody who saw that on my community page, apparently it's not. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I think this is a setup that was seen in the light holler when recently the channel Jonathan Lee Richards did a walkthrough of the light holler with one of the neighbors. And when they got to this area, Jonathan Lee Richards said, oh, what's that over there? And apparently the young man, well, you could see his face, he looked across at it and kind of looked a little bit shocked, and then carried on walking. So if you haven't seen that, whiz through it and try and find it, because it's quite interesting. Oh, thanks, Candice. Yeah, we all make mistakes, you know. We're trying to bring facts and theories. I mean, to be honest, I think I did ask, you know, what does everybody think? Do you think this is him or not? But anyway, I Google Freemasons and there's a lodge right in. Yeah, I saw the one in Rogersville too. So, I mean, everybody was saying like he would never get a place. They tend to go for people in higher society and all this kind of stuff. And I have heard that, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not really massively up on things like that. Joel, it does, doesn't it? It looks like a bad scene from a horror movie. Now, somebody in my comment section did say, oh, it just looks like a barbecue area. We call it barbecue, you call it cookout, a cookout area. It does it? I don't know. I mean, I've never had an area like that kind of looks like that, but it's certainly a decent looking area. There's something else the other day. Jodie Sue said, after she said however many times about feeling scared and all this kind of business, being threatened and she felt fears for her life and everything. She said on one of her lives, "Oh, I fancy going for a walk in the woods." And I thought, why would you want to go for a walk in the woods? That's the next holler. That's just off Beach Creek. This is the light holler that runs parallel or behind the Wells property. So, yeah. This is a picture, I think it's taken from the video. But the reason, like I said, why is because in church, as you can see, Candace didn't look too bothered. But Don always sat up, hands on his knees, staring straight ahead, listening to everything that was being said. All of his posts that he put on revolve around things such as devil worshipping and Satan and all this kind of stuff. And I just wondered how much involvement some of these other people had in this, whether all of the neighbours were doing something in there that they shouldn't have been doing. And Don's email address had 666 in it for a reason. That this man that suddenly did a disappearing act, this is David Dotson. He's in my video from yesterday as well, who was in the kids' lives for a very short period of time, but suddenly disappeared shortly after Summer went missing and was never seen again since. No, I don't believe that she did either. She doesn't seem like the type to be fearful of anyone. My guess is that it's only used once a year or focus on an area due to Summer's case. Yeah. I like the tortoise, Karen. That's cute. Yeah, I mean, it could be like a campground, maybe. But yeah, he got married and kind of moved away apparently. But he'd been in that area for a bit and then disappeared. But yeah, what with that and then this, and I don't know if you can see it, but it says every year in the month of June, usually the 21st of June, but dates vary. And they call it the summer solstice or something. And it says orgies. And then it says oral, vaginal, all those kind of things. Animal or human sacrifice. And so this apparently takes place once a year from the month in June, sometime in June around the 21st, but dates vary. And then what we've done with his 666 and all of his posts about these crazy things such as the devil, Satan, evil, etc., and then saying that he'll see Summer in the resurrection, plus him having all these terrible crimes and history and drink and drugs and all the rest of it, that I wonder if he wanted to repent his sins. And so that's why I made the video. So if you haven't watched that from yesterday, just go across and watch it and let me know what you think. If it could be anything. Or if I'm just, completely crazy. Oh, I need to stretch. So I'm going to have my medications. I'm going to get into bed. I'm going to go to sleep because it is 4:50 in the morning and I have to be up and acting fairly normally for when Penny needs picking up from school. Acting like a mother instead of like a zombie. I always feel like a zombie when you work nights. Aussie True Crime, hey. Nice to see you. So nice of you to pop in. If you haven't been across to Aussie's channel, go across and check her out. She covers true crime too. I often go and watch her, but usually it's on replay with me working. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been used in a long time, S says. That's the ground that we've just been looking at. But let's just have another look at it. I mean, what's the growth like there? Would you say a year? I mean, someone's been missing a year. Would you say longer? Who knows? Candace, yes, I worked third shift when I was younger. It's tough. Yeah, well, it's hard working shifts. You do feel like a zombie when you've done nights. This is my second week of nights, so I'm ready for a day off. So what do you think Candace meant when she texted Andy Bernard to say it's done? Have you got any theories on that, guys? Any theories at all? What she meant by it's done? Because this was the day, or was it the day someone went missing, or the day after? Chester, stop it. That's my cat. He's a bit crazy. He's a boy. You think he owns the house. Why did you jump up to jump back down again? Oh, it's like a zoo. Any ideas? Because if she was buying something from him, if he was the dealer, right, and she had some money for him, she'd give him it. She wouldn't say it's done, would she? It just doesn't go along with it just doesn't go along with anything. And of course, with her going missing, it kind of makes you think, well, what did she mean? Did she mean we got rid of the evidence? What does she mean? Look up Bohemian Grove. Occurs the second or third weekend in June. The world's elite gather there once a year. That's Candace then. Elite. In California. And is that like an occult thing? I thought it was a message she had from Andy. Oh, I thought it was one she'd sent Andy. Maybe I need to go back over it again. It doesn't make sense. The text was from Andy. Right, from Andy. It's done. So whether he meant he dropped something off for her then maybe it was, I've put it in your letterbox. That's what we call it, letterbox. Or I've dropped it round for you, meaning it's done. I've dropped the stuff off for you. Summer's case reminds me so much of an Australian case, I've heard of that one, William Tyrrell. He just disappeared and it's been 8 years now. Oh, that's so sad. Was it a child? Was he a child? H was about to look at the reply, but she came back to the car. Oh, right, okay. So it was from Andy. I have information with receipts for a sacrifice on the 15th of the 6th, the night of the vigil and the full moon. Hatties, do you want to email me at crimestoriesobsessed@gmail.com So it's just the channel name with gmail.com. And I'll have a look because that's interesting. Because we've been looking into that at the minute. I expected to get quite a lot of hate actually for that video I put out last night. I prepared myself, but I don't care. You know, I think it's right that we should look at all these things. When summer came up, gone. Does anyone know if it was a full moon? I suppose it would be easy enough to find out. I know Candace did some TikToks that night of the helicopters flying over and the stars in the sky and everything. So that might be worth going back to. Hi, just got home. I have missed a lot, but glad to catch up. Yeah, just rewind, Carol, a little bit, and then you won't miss anything. William's grandmother and mother did something to him. All her other foster kids got taken away. Oh, that's awful. His and Summer's case are so close, breaks my heart. So what's this Bohemian Grove? I need to look into it. So for anybody that doesn't know, that's my stupid tortoise on the screen. He's got a foot fetish and chases me around the kitchen. I'm glad I'm off now tomorrow because I can get him out and he can have a good run. Unfortunately, my mum and dad came round while I was on holiday, and although it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. They went in the back garden and they thought they were doing me a favour. I had some weeds growing up between the cracks, and so they sprayed really strong weed killer all over my back garden. And it was such a good thing that they did, but obviously now I can't put the tortoise out there because I don't want him to eat anything or get anything in his mouth that he shouldn't be swallowing. So now he has to run around the house instead and chase my feet. My mum, yeah, she was. Oh, it was so funny. You know, I made that video where he goes to my mum's house and she was so scared of him. She didn't want to go near him. And I said, Mum, you know, you're going to have to pick him up and give him a cuddle. And she was like, I'm not giving him a cuddle. No way. So anyway, we got home at 11:30 at night and she'd waited for us to get back. So she was waiting when we got in the house and she was there. And I was like, how are you? Are you okay? And she was like, yeah. And then she got Bob out of the cage and started cuddling him. I just looked. I said, Mother, what are you doing with the tortoise? She was like, I'm just giving him a cuddle. I'm going home now. I'm like, a cuddle? You wouldn't even touch him last week. She said, we've bonded. I've been feeding him broccoli and sliced apple. I was like, oh my God. Seriously, Mum. Oh dear. She's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I wanted to pop on because I didn't want you all to be wondering where I was because I did have a live set for tonight. I did cancel it, but for whatever reason, it never properly cancelled. So you were all wondering where I was. So I'm sorry about that, but I will go in and cancel that off the screen now. But thank you for all for coming in and taking your time up to support the channel, listen to what I've got to say, whether you support the content or not. Thank you so much for being here. Like I say, if you haven't watched the video I made last night, please go ahead and check that out and just let me know what you think about it in the comment section. We have to consider and we have to be open-minded about everything, guys. We're not saying one particular theory is what happened, but you know, the TBI, the FBI are not closed off. They won't just look at one aspect and go, right, this is what happened. They will look at all aspects. They will listen to everybody involved and they will be open to all theories. And that's what we need to be without bashing each other for it, you know. But thank you for coming in and Thank you for all the mods. Thanks to Candice for being here and keeping us all in check. And I'll make some more videos probably tomorrow, well, today, maybe later, or the day after. And I'll talk to you again soon. So take care, guys. Thanks. Bye, everybody.